So, good afternoon, everyone. For me today is an honor to be here at the crossroads of technology and creativity. Today, I will talk about the art of AI in marketing and how we can build smarter strategies. So first, I want to introduce myself. I have been working in marketing for several companies such as Procter & Gamble, Kellogg's, Air Global, and now I have a project called Magnetin, which is a focus on developing AI methodologies to apply all the AI tools focused on marketing strategies. So, okay, what do we do in Magnetin? So what we do is we create methodologies for people who work either in marketing or are entrepreneurs and need to develop several strategies. And what we want them is to use the tools at the highest capacity. Since all of us, we know that those tools are available for all of us, but the difference is how we use different and how we include the inputs that are going to generate several strategies and differentiated strategies. So it's very important to take into account that AI has not rewritten marketing rules. It has written a new playbook. And for all the ones that work in marketing, it's so important to take that into account because every time, every day, the tools come with new updates, new plugins, and we need to be on top if we want to be positioned as the highest marketers in terms of strategies. So let's see those two compelling numbers regarding the impact of the AI in marketing. Those numbers came from a HubSpot AI marketing research, and 68% of marketing leaders predict unprecedented growth with AI tools. And of course, we have seen that. And every time we know and we see the updates, the news that every day come regarding those tools. And 62% of the marketing leaders report investments in AI with a positive ROI. And what does that mean? That if you are a marketer, you need to be on the AI because the AI came to stay. Of course, we have heard that many times, but it is important to take into account that we cannot wait until the tools are going to be 100% developed because every time new applications are coming. And I like to compare the generative AI as a chef in the expansive creative kitchen of creativity and marketing. And for us, we choose if we want to give to the tools the basic ingredients that everyone can give to those tools, or if we want to supply with the more deluxe and premium ingredients to the AI. Because the difference in terms of generating the marketing strategies depends on the inputs that we give to the tool. So far, we have seen how many people are using the AI tools and they say, yes, of course, I use ChatGPT, I use Gemini. But the difference is how you create the prompts and how you get the most of those tools. So for me and in Magnetin, we always talk about a cycle of pre, during, and post. And the pre is the preparation of the ingredients. It's the brainstorming that we do before we create the prompt in order to include all that information into the tool. And for me, it's so important, the pre part, because as I told my students sometimes, the preparation of the prompt and the inputs is going to make stronger our critical thinking, or otherwise we are going to rely on those tools and then we are not going to develop our critical thinking. Then the during is related with the generation of the content. And then is the post, where we evaluate if the recipe is good enough or if we need to give more ingredients or prepare again the recipe. So what are the tools that we will explore today? We are going to explore ChatGPT, Gemini, and MidJourney. And here I am bringing some of the differences between ChatGPT and Gemini, but of course, as we know, and the ones that saw the OpenAI news yesterday, those tools are evolving very fast. But from my perspective and from my experience, I prefer Gemini in order to make the market research, brainstorming for the marketing plan strategies. And then I switched to ChatGPT in order to generate the content, the strategy in terms of objectives, in terms of social media content that I want to develop. The advantage of Gemini is that it is connected with real-time information. So that gives us the brainstorming and more specific ideas and numbers when you are building the marketing plan. So, okay, let's jump into action. So for today, I am bringing how we are going to build some of the steps of a marketing plan of a company that sells home decor items, and those home decor items are made of recyclable materials, and we want to focus on the European market. So, of course, here I have shortened how we develop a marketing plan, because for the marketers, you know that a marketing plan is very extensive, but I wanted to condense it today in 4 steps, and I will show you how we can make stronger each one of those steps with the tools. So, let's start with the first step, and is the market research. And when we talk about market research, take into account that the brainstorming that you do before you use the tool is way important. Of course, those tools help us to then complete the brainstorming. But my advice is to always make the brainstorming before, because in those terms, as I said, the critical thinking of us will be guarded. Otherwise, we will rely just on the AI tools. And it's so important for us to take this responsibility to create this kind of protection to our critical thinking. So, okay, when we talk about a market research and about the lamp deco company that we are going to develop the marketing plan, we want to make a market research with the current and potential demand, identify the key consumer segments in terms of demographic and purchasing preferences features. We want to check the main competitors, assess emerging trends in the market where we are going to launch our deco items, and we want also strategy recommendations. So, okay, so here for the time that I have available, I already integrated all the points that I listed here in the brainstorming session in order to build the prompt. Of course, I think that most of you have heard that when you give the AI tools in terms of text generation content, you ask them to ask as an expert. In this case, I will ask Gemini to act as a marketing expert and to make a comprehensive market research for my portfolio of lamps in the European market. Of course, the points that I am highlighting are the points involved, are the points that we already saw in the previous slide. So let's see how Gemini works and how Gemini generates the content. It's very important to take into account that when you select, you request those tools to generate the content, you can tell the tool if you want to get the content in any format. Let's say table, bullets. So in this case, I am going to request Gemini to generate the market research in table format. So let's see what the tool tells us. Okay, so we can see that that now Gemini is giving us the current and potential demand in terms of market growth, consumer awareness, lifestyle trends. Also is giving us a brush of the target segments, then the main competitors. Of course, is giving us a market share estimated. It is very important for us to take into account that the information that those tools generate need to be confirmed through other sources. Of course, there is some information that when we see, and of course, if we are talking about a market where we work for, we will know if it is correct or not. But let's say that we are working for a market research agency. So we need to make sure that the information that the tool is giving us is correct, and also what for me it suits the best, this exercise, is to give us also the idea of how to develop the market research. Because as you saw, we can list many ideas, but then the tool is going to give us other ideas in order to complete the research. And then we can export to a Google sheet. So then I want to, okay, we already checked the market research. Now what we want to tell, what we want to deploy and develop are the objectives for the marketing plan. So here, for me, it's very important to tell you that, of course, the idea is that you specify the tool, the details that you want to get, the formats, but also sometimes, and this is a trick that I use a lot when I am generating content for the marketing plans, is that I ask the tool after I generate the prompt, and I tell the tool, what else do you need to know in order to get the best information that I can for this objective? And it's very interesting how the tool answers with several questions, and then you can reply. So here, So here, okay, I already developed the prompt asking the tool to generate smart objectives for the European market with clear indicators, also to set clear deadlines for each objective. Of course, take into account that the more information you give the tool, the best output will be. Think about the chef and the ingredient supply that you will give to the tool. And okay, let's go to ChatGPT. And what I want you to check is how, after processing the data and the prompt that I have generated, the tool will ask me some questions. And okay, meanwhile is generating the content, we can see how the tool, of course, in this case, I didn't give information about the budget that I have available, the size of the market, but the more information I give, of course, the objectives will be better. But in this case, what is very good to take into account is that when the tool generates the objectives, I can take the ones that will fit to my business and to my strategy. And also sometimes I will take into account some objectives that I haven't. So in this case, I will ask again. Okay, so I ask it again. Okay, ask me additional information. You need to define the objectives. And here we can see how the tool is giving me insights in order to create a better prompt, because it's asking me about what are the countries where I want to be, what are the main competitors, if I have any recognition, so I can talk about my market share in the European market. So this is a very nice tip that I always use. And another trick that I want to bring for you today, this works also for Gemini and ChatGPT, and it's a plugin called Prompt Storm, when you can create several prompts based on the need that you have. So let's say I select marketing and I can ask for help in order to create several prompts. And it's very good, because at the end, when the tool, okay, let's say that I want to create an email generator, the tool create the prompt. So it's better for me if I want to get an insight of how to create a prompt in order to create marketing content. And finally, I will show you how we can use MidJourney in order first to get inspiration, and second to generate images that will appeal to the industry where I want to develop the content. So first, I will use the tool by itself, and then I will show you the browser, because the browser has many good ideas and many good facilities for us to generate images. So in this case, I will ask the tool to create a realistic photo of a modern lamp in shape of orchid flower made of recyclable glass. And I will ask the tool to generate in the size format that I want. So in this case, meanwhile the tool is generating the content, I want to tell you that MidJourney right now is giving another option for the people who want to create more images and make it more faster, and it's through the browser. So meanwhile this is uploading, I will explain you what happens. Before, for MidJourney, if you wanted to use the browser to generate very fast images and get inspiration, you needed to have 1,000 images created on the tool. Right now, if you have 100, you can use it. And here, okay, we can see the lamps, but let's say that I want one of these lamps to be in a living room, in a minimalistic living room. And then I will show you how we can play with this image in the browser, and how we can generate more items, more images, in order to get inspiration, and also in order to play with several trends. Let's say I have worked with fashion companies, so sometimes what we do is with MidJourney we get inspiration from several fashion trends, and then we ask the tool to generate designs of handbags, jackets. Okay, it's almost ready, 65%. Okay, so here I have the lamps made of glass in shape of an orchid flower. Now, I want to go to the MidJourney Alpha, which is the MidJourney browser. And what I want to show you is something very interesting that I really like to use a lot in order to get inspiration. And let's say that I want to use this image as an inspiration for another image that I want to create. And let's say that I want to create a woman handbag. And let's see what is the images that the tool generates based on the image that I requested to use as an inspiration. The good thing also with this browser is that we can explore in the browser several images that are created, and we can take them as inspiration. Also, we can see what are the prompts that the tool and the other users generate in order to create our own content. From my perspective, it's very good because at the end it's kind of a community, so we inspire each other in order to create the content. So let me refresh because it's taking a lot of time. Okay, so here we can see how the tool generates a handbag inspired in the image that I'm giving it. But let's say that I want to create a dress inspired on those flowers. So I will, and let's see what the tool gives us. Of course, I am giving the tool a very simple prompt. But of course you can give it as detailed as much as you want, and you can check okay, every topic that you want. Let me refresh. Okay, so in this case, as you can see, and this is a very good example, the image is creating some images that work and some that don't work. And this is a very interesting example because, of course, it depends on the prompt that we generate, but also when we select, we generate the images based on the inspiration that we give to the tool, we can assess and select the image that approaches more to the idea that we want, and then we can generate over that one. So here you can explore all the images that you want. You can search prompt, copy and paste to your tool. And finally, I just I want to give you a message from my experience working with those kind of tools, and is that creativity is not dead with the AI. Of course, it depends on the protection that we give to our ideas and how we use those images in order to create the best content, but also to learn the most that we can. In fact, for me, the brainstorming sessions are way more valuable right now with those tools. So I invite you to have criteria and to use the tools in the most responsible way that you can. So if you have any question after this meeting, you can contact me through my email, you can follow Magnetin Lab on Instagram, or you can send a message or see the AI news that we share on magnetinlab.com. So also I will share with you the presentation, and thank you so much for your attention.